Oh, what a glorious day it is here at the old Ponderosa. Welcome back, usual suspects to Prepper Nation. There are many of you. And for you newbies, welcome. Where you been? Glad you're here. Join in. Join into the discussion. What a glorious day. We're going to cover a couple of comments that came in yesterday, and then we'll get into the meat on the bone, so to speak. I say this hoping that somewhere out there, Greta Thunberg is listening and she's triggered. Meat on the bone. Real meat, not the lab grown stuff. So, yesterday, excellent question. What happens if Trump loses? Can we do a video about this? Well, we're not going to do an entire video about it, ma'am, but I am going to answer your question here. I did see the question on the chat replay. If Trump loses in November, basically one of two options on the table. National divorce, full-blown socialism. Take your pick. Take your pick. I don't know how people are going to react. Conservatives, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. As a matter of fact, I had a guy yesterday leave a comment and it was misspelled and everything. So I don't remember exactly verbatim what it said, but he said, that's all you YouTubers do is sit up here and talk while your country is rotting. That's the problem. Welcome to YouTube. Again, I don't know. I don't know how to explain YouTube to people that just don't get it. I don't know if we have to get the Crayola crayons out and we have to start doing maps like on the Goonies and explaining that it's an entertainment platform and not a place for the 300 Spartans to meet and have a real conversation. There are probably places to do that, but you don't really want to do that online. Okay, and please, for your sake, if you're going to do that, like in a bingo hall or something like that, educate yourself a little bit so you can articulate yourself a little better, because nobody's going to be following the message that you're trying to throw out there with the grammar I saw yesterday. I'm just saying. Somebody else yesterday, and I get it. It's tongue in cheek. I totally get it. I'm not upset by this at all. You should just change your name to Bored Nation, because I was talking about being bored by all of the circular stuff that happens in the community. The topics, they spin like the same record playing over and over and over. So I totally get it. Here's there are a couple of things here. Number one, this has been an issue since about 6 months in. When the channel took off 6 months in, I actually had larger creators coming to me suggesting, these gatekeeper types. You know what I mean? Ride my nuts and I'll take you to the top and do what I tell you to do. Those kind of people, right? You should really consider changing the name of your channel. No, you don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Not changing the name of the channel. And now that they realize I don't play along with the gatekeeping, sometimes they come out of their little caves with the driftwood and they shake it around. And they're like, he really needs to change the name of his channel. And I don't, just to piss them off. I do. I get this is my this is my pleasure in 2024. But here's the deal. Okay, getting deeper into it from yesterday. I'm not bored with prepping. There's too much for me still yet to learn when it comes to prepping. I love prepping. I love the concept of being prepared for a multitude of things. So I'm not bored with the prepping. I'm bored with the LARPing. You understand what I'm saying? LARPing, live action role play. I'm bored with these people that have a mental condition where they can't wait for the collapse because they just want to rush their family down into the corner of the basement and say, we're going to be eating this for the next 4 years. I got you, bro. Right? They got it all figured out. You know what I mean? They've played this scenario out in their head 1,000 times. That's how they get their pleasure in 2024. I'm kind of bored with the LARPing, with all of the people that think they are prepared, think they understand what is going on in the world when they don't even understand what is going on with survival food. Okay, let me just show you this one real quick, since it is right here and it's available. And folks, I have survival food too. I bid on a lot of it at the beginning of the pandemic, variety of different brands. But look, includes everything you need, 72-hour kit. What doesn't include the water? Number one, you're going to need water, lots of water for this kit. So that inherently is a lie. Kit includes crunchy granola, which is terrible. If you've ever eaten one of these kits, it's terrible. You don't want to be eating this. It's gruel, as some of you have said. Cheesy macaroni. The cheesy macaroni always comes out watery. It tastes like the worst, shadiest grocery store you've ever been to in your life. You bought their store brand macaroni and cheese. That's what it tastes like. Teriyaki rice, a very off brand rice-a-roni. Hearty tortilla soup, joke. It is a joke. This stuff is terrible. The best thing in here actually is whey milk alternative. Fake milk. Fake milk. That is the superstar of at least the Ready Wise. Okay? But again, people will stockpile 2 years worth of this and then they will say, bring on doomsday. That's the kind of stuff I'm bored with. People's ignorance. I just, it's laughable at this point. If you've never ate Ready Wise, try you some. But try you some. You might pivot very quickly. And Mountain House is a little bit better, and Nutrient Survival is a little bit better, but none of it's good. None of it's good. MREs is the best of the best when it comes to this kind of stuff. There's a reason our soldiers eat MREs and not Ready Wise. I'm just saying. Okay. So, getting down to the meat on the bone this morning, I have a very simple question, and I think it's a fair question for all of us to be asking. Okay. Questionable pumpkin coffee from Aldi still. The K cups. I think there's 12 in a box. I've got to mow through them. I'm chewing through it, but it's tough. It really is tough. So, here's a question. Who has been running our country since the last presidential election? Because here's what we know. All right, this is factual based stuff I'm getting ready to throw your way. Since 2020, Republicans have been pointing at Joe Biden and they've been saying he's not fit. He's not fit for office. This guy's walking off stage. He's wrecking bicycles. He's crapping his diaper in front of the royal family. He's walking into hot dog tents and he thinks it's the UN meetings. This sort of thing. I mean, Republicans have been saying this since 2020. He's not fit to be the president of the United States. No clue as to what is going on. The White House doctors, they're like, oh, yeah, we gave him a fitness test. He's good to go. He's good to go. And it becomes harder and harder to hide. They had their debate. It was obvious Joe Biden was mentally back in the fourth grade, like he was doing a book report. He didn't even know he was at a presidential debate at that point. The Democrats were crapping their pants at this point. They're like, oh God, we can't hide it anymore. Like, we've given this guy the max amount of medication. He's got teleprompters. He got the questions in advance. We've got stuff in his ear trying to walk him through it. He just can't do it. So they decide, hey, we're just going to replace him because this is true democracy. We're not going to let the people decide. We're just going to replace him with Kamala Harris. Okay. So now the Democrats have admitted openly this guy's not fit. We appreciate everything he's done over the years, but he's not fit for office. Right? You got some Democrats now saying this dude needs to step down. He ain't been fit the entire time. So getting back to the original question, now that both wings, I get it. I get it. Y'all tell me this all the time. Two wings, same bird, but both wings are agreeing. Do y'all understand how crazy that is? When Democrats and Republicans are finally agreeing on something, they're all saying this man is not fit. He's not mentally competent to be running the country. My question, once again, because I don't think he was mentally fit when he went in office, is who has been running the United States of America? Who? Who's been running it? And I think it's a fair question because I'm paying taxes, right? If we are paying for the country, can we at least know who is running the MFer? Who is running the country? Is it the Obamas? Is it the Clintons? God forbid. The Bushes? Is it one of these political dynasty families? Is it a foreign government? Is it the World Economic Forum? Is it the United Nations? Who is running the country? Is it BlackRock, Raytheon? Who? I would feel a little less disrespected if they would just tell us the truth. I'd still be mad about it. People would still need to go to jail, I think. If they came out and they said, well, the Obamas have been running it pretty much the entire time, I would have at least have a shred of respect for them being honest. But are you seeing how crazy it is? Every politician knows this guy is not fit for office, and they have known. There have been leaked memos from the White House where staff is like, what is he talking about? This guy reads the teleprompter and puts in quote. Like he just says it out like it's just I don't know, guys. He got caught. He got caught giving a State of the Union. I think it was a State of the Union in a fake White House across the street from the real White House. They built this guy's set because it was less scary for him. Everybody at the government level has known that this guy's not running the country. He's even made the comment more than once. He has slipped up and said, oh, I don't think I'm supposed to say that. Oh, I don't think they want me to say that. I might get in trouble for saying that. Getting in trouble with who, Joe? Who is running the country? Is it Jill? Is it the CDC? See, here's the problem. All right. As a historian, here's the issue that I have. This guy's going to ride off into the sunset, and history books they're going to talk about all of the things he accomplished during his political career, even though it was just flip-flopping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You can go back and you can watch his old stuff, from the 80s, and he's like, we need a a wall. Build a wall. We need to stop the influx. In the 90s, oh no, we got to let these people in. 2000s, build a wall. Just flip flop. But history's not going to remember him this way. They're going to write a swan song for this man now that he is willing to be replaced. They are going to talk about this man like he is one of the greatest presidents of all time. And future generations are going to read that and they're going to say, man, Joe Biden, he really should be up there. He should be on Mount Rushmore. We should replace one of the presidents with Joe Biden. And they're forgetting about all of the other stuff, all of the wars that he's gotten us tangled up into, all of the debt that has been occurred under him, accrued under him. The C-19. They're going to forget about him threatening multiple times half of the country with warplanes. They're going to forget about all of this. History is getting ready to erase all of this. And I just want to know. I want to know who is in charge. So I want to touch on a couple of other things real quick. Should be producing something as a prepper, okay? 1,000% on board with that. I really am. Love the idea of being a producer and not a consumer. But here's the thing. I can only give you my personal opinion on this and my personal situation. Old John likes to eat steak. I like a bacon biscuit every now and then. I like green beans. I like cold slaw. I like peaches. I like apples. I like bananas. I like all kinds of stuff, is what I'm trying to tell you. Cookie Crisp, if you were here yesterday. I like that. Especially the brand name stuff, right? No way to produce all of this stuff on the land that I have. I would have to have Neverland Ranch. I think that's what Michael Jackson called his stuff. I would kick the Bubbles the Chimp off of there. Like you would have to have land this size, like Neverland Ranch. I would have to hire. I don't know how many ranch hands worked for the Cartwrights on Bonanza, but it was a lot. You understand what I'm saying? You can't fully be a producer unless you're ready to eat green beans for the rest of your life and that's it. Or potatoes, or a combination of the two. You know what I mean? Some places you can't grow oranges. I mean, you just can't do it. Some places green beans grow very well. Some places strawberries grow. You know, don't have the land to be herding cattle up because I like steak. Ain't chasing pigs around. I can eat some chicken too, but I'm not chasing, chicken around and stuff like this. So let me know where you stand on that. Some people have no land. Some people live in apartments. Yeah, they can produce a little bit out on their balcony. You can do that, in 5-gallon buckets and things like that. And I think that's a fantastic idea. But also to be realistic, those individuals are never fully going to be producing everything that they need. And we just got to be realistic with that. I want to close down this morning and I want to talk about small channels. Not not pointing to any specific small channels or anything like that, but yesterday we were talking about big channels. Again, you can go to prepping.com. It kind of curates them all. But there are a lot of good small channels. I follow several. And the reason that I follow these small channels, and I follow big channels too, some of them, not many. I look for passion. Passion is that one thing that you can't coach, that you can't teach, that you can't fake. When you see somebody and they're on camera and they're talking about something that they really, really enjoy, Don't get me started on retro games. I'm just saying. But when you see somebody and they're talking about something passionately, you know you're on the right channel. Because if you have that passion and this person has that passion, this is always the way I've looked at it. You know, if somebody is passionate about, again, homesteading, and they have a channel, and their channel has 200 subscribers, and you have a viewer that is passionate about homesteading, and these two meet somehow. You get lucky, the stars align, whatever the case may be, and that person finds that channel. They're going to be following that channel. Passion is everything to me. Passion will make or break you in whatever it is that you're doing. Um, and again, I'm passionate about so many different things. John, why aren't you? I tell you straight up, John, why aren't you a homesteader? Because I'm passionate about a lot of things. My pencil holder is literally a typewriter because I'm passionate about reading and I'm passionate about writing. I'm passionate about many things. And I'm like everybody else, they're only 24 hours in a day. So I juggle, as best I can. But that's what I look for in a channel, be it a small channel or a large channel. Is the person coming off as a salesman, or is the person coming off as somebody that really cares about what they're talking about? And usually you can tell a difference. And so, yesterday again, I was talking up the big channels and the prepping.com. So today I'm going to encourage you to find a small channel, just take a few minutes, type in a subject that you're passionate about. Can be prepping, can be something else entirely, can be music, can be vinyl collecting, whatever the case may be. Find you a small channel and find you a creator that is passionate about that topic. And then you can thank me later. Right? All right. Folks, this is John with Prepper Nation. Y'all take care. God bless.